Unthinkable, that Russia does not pay for Ukraine's reconstruction, EU chief says.
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Russia can't even afford to make Russia habitable.
I'm sure that continuous outflow of hundreds of billions of dollars worth of wealth into properties in London, Dubai, etc., have not helped matters.
This Kremlin and company are basically stealing all the wealth possible and taking it out of the country anyways.
Leaving the peasants to pay reparations? It's just not feasible without someone seizing control of the nation and the assets all, including those that have left the country. And then there's the task of managing the Russian people into becoming functionally self-sufficient again.
Finally.
Lots of what Russia has already done is unthinkable.
I can definitely see a scenario where Russia withdraws to the border, calls it a tactical hibernation, or a strategic ceasefire, declares their security goals accomplished, Putin gives a speech and then has some internal event that needs attending to. A dam explodes, or a terrorist attack occurs. Russia never goes back to Ukraine, and refuse to pay for any reconstruction. There they don't pay reconstruction costs. Completely thinkable.
Russia 2024 equals isolated corrupt backwater country.
History is a circle. Been that way for hundreds of years at this point.
Totally agree. With what?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of steps before we talk about then paying to rebuild. Like first stopping their attacks maybe?
I think the only way Russia backs down is civil war, resulting in another fracturing event similar to when the Soviet states broke away.
Civil war is exactly what did not happen when SSSR fell apart. So how would that be similar? Also, civil war resulting in another fracturing event. What is worse than a civil war?
Worse than civil war I'd say is probably total collapse with no new authorities emerging for a while.
A civil war is still ongoing in that case.
They're still actively lobbing missiles to deconstruct stuff, so they'll get right on it.
I think everyone would be satisfied with returning to pre-2014 borders, and using frozen, confiscated oligarch assets to pay for reconstruction.
I don't think that's even remotely good enough, even though it is probably the best one can hope for. The amount of wealth stashed away and confiscated is significant, but nowhere near enough to rebuild a good third of a country's infrastructure. That's going to cost a lot more than the measly billions frozen so far.
This is just an estimate, but reconstruction is estimated at around 300 billion, which is also around how many assets were seized.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.